front of Cliff's 392 that has 1 tons front and rear, WFO long arm, and it is back in the shop because we are going to do an Atlas install in this Jeep. This will be our 4th Atlas install on a 392. Cliff hasn't had any problems with the factory case, but he's just trying to be as reliable as possible. So we're going to go ahead and rip this thing apart and put an Atlas in it. So Austin got the old transfer case, the all-wheel drive one, out of the 392. It's laying over there on the cart, and this is the new Atlas. So I walked over here and I noticed something was a little different on this Atlas. So this is a 2-speed Atlas. The 392s come with 2.72 gear ratio. So this is a 3.0 gear ratio. So it's going to be very equivalent in 4 low as to where it was, you know, where they wanted the 392s to be. But what we're seeing different on this 2-speed Atlas is this tail housing right here with all these fins looks a little different than a standard Atlas tail housing. And it has this plate kind of sandwiched between. So what this is a 2-speed Atlas that is set up for flat towing. This customer happens to have a nice new RV, wants to tow the 392 around the country, lots and lots of miles. And in the past, Advanced Adapters has always said, if you have an Atlas, you're running it in neutral, you really don't want to flat tow over 250 miles without putting it back in gear and driving it and cycling some more oil. So in this case, Cliff wants to tow it for long distances, so we're putting in the 2-speed Atlas in the 392, changing it from all-wheel drive to 2-wheel drive, making it the Burnout King, and we're going to have this new pump-style transfer case. Now, the inside of the transfer case is completely different. And the last different thing is we're now running ATF. So this is Redline D4 ATF instead of synthetic gear oil inside the Atlas. So if you want to flat tow with your Jeep, yet another option from Advanced Adapters that I was not aware of. Doesn't have to be a 392. You can order your Atlas set up to flat tow. Just more money, but more better, right? So most people would say that if you're changing the transfer case out, that you would do the work underneath the vehicle. But we're to that point of the project that we basically have to rip the speaker out, all the interior out, any ice chest racks that you got back here. There's all the interior stuff. And take the car apart to get to this. So this is the DTCM, which is what we call the drivetrain control module. So we basically have to trick the Jeep or tell the Jeep that it no longer has all-wheel drive, and that it has a standard selectable transfer case, and this is the computer box that delivers that data to the dash through the body control module so that you can see everything on the dash, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, you know, gets rid of the auto 4-wheel drive. So this module is located on the passenger side behind the speaker all the way back here on this little plastic bracket. So you have to remove all the interior, simply take it out, plug in the new one, and the job is done. So Austin's just got to put the interior back in, and that will fix the lights coming on the dash. Let's hope. So if it's not crazy enough to be putting an Atlas in one 392, it just so happens we got rid of the other Atlas we were working on, and now we have another 392. Take a look at this. We're sort of compiling a lot of all-wheel drive transfer cases here. Andrew is up here in the Jeep right now. He's finishing the shifters. Does the transfer case shift, Andrew?
There's a bear poop in the woods?
So he's got the case all shifting in there. So the underneath work is already done. Walk around over here. Oh, there it is. So Atlas installed in this one. He's got the shifters going right now. And as soon as he puts the belly pan back on, he'll drop it down. He's gonna have to take the interior apart on this one, just like the other one, change that DTCM. Dueling Atlas installs.
We got another 392 leaving the shop. This is Randy's. We built it, I'd say about 6 months ago. It's got Dana Spicer Ultimate 60s front and rear. We just put on the 40-inch Nitto trail grapplers. It's got our long arm on it here, as you can see. Metal cloak skid plates. He came back for a new modification, if you guys want to follow me inside the Jeep here. All right, in Randy's Jeep, he decided, let's put an Atlas in it, right? He saw the video that Trevor did a few months ago.
And got another call of a stranded Jeeper up on Rubicon, the bottom of Cadillac Hill, with a blown rear driveline and a 392. So we are loaded up in our 392 with a spare stock rear driveline on our way to the Rubicon for our Monday afternoons. So what happened is they broke the rear drive shaft. They unbolted the drive shaft here, they unbolted it off the rear end, 2 pieces in hand, threw it in the back of the JL. Any regular four-wheeler would think, leave it locked into 4 low, lock the front locker so you have both front tires spinning, start driving. Every time you come to a ledge you can't get up, pull the winch it up the ledge while you're giving it throttle with the front tires. So when we pulled the Jeep forward and back, is even though they were in 4 low, and even though the locker was locked, when they put it in drive, they would gas it and the engine would rev up. It would seem like the transmission is slipping. The transmission was not slipping. What happened is the clutch inside here could not handle the full torque of a loaded down heavy JL with a lot of traction in front wheel drive only. So that viscous clutch, because it can't lock itself, or it's not a viscous clutch, the electric clutch, was starting to slip. And the more it slips, and the more it slips, the more it slips, the more it wears out. So when I got to them, the front end was only starting to get the vehicle to move. It might work on flat ground, on pavement, on dirt roads, but every time they came up to a ledge or had to back up against something, it would slip. We do know that if you own a 392 and something happens to your rear end or your rear drive shaft, you need to replace it or get it fixed without keeping on driving, or if you're driving on the trail, you need to be strapped up to somebody, and you definitely do not want to feel it slipping that clutch, because it makes heat, it wears stuff out, and ruins it.
So Randy opted for the 2-speed 3.0 Atlas. It's a 3.0 Atlas because with the 392, you don't need as low of gearing as you do with, you know, the stock, because 392 has so much torque, there's no need to have a 4-to-1 case or a 4-3 case or anything like that. So we installed the 3.0 Atlas in here, and it's ready to hit the Rubicon.
Almost forgot, this one's here too. Check this out. Atlas in this too. This is a JK. We just got done replacing the shift cables. Keep them away from the exhaust. They melted. Well, another quick video before this one goes out the door. The real deal inside here, look at those sticks. That is the Atlas, so no more all-wheel drive. Down to 2-wheel drive, full-on burnouts now for Cliff. He's headed to Sand Hollow right now. Hope you have a good time, Cliff. See ya.